Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of the best new class mods in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. Got a pretty healthy mix of them here with a healer, a tank, a face of the party, and a spellcaster. Got a lot of cool abilities here like this Chain Restore, which works like Chain Lightning, only it heals your teammates. So just to quickly go through all the class that we'll be covering today, we got ourselves the Light Bender Healer class, the Leader Homebrew, which is a great face of the party, the Guardian, which is a tank as the name implied, and the Psion class here, which is different from one I covered previously. It's very cool. I'll first be starting off the Light Bender, which comes with a variety of different healing based spells and also debuffing. It's kind of like the Cleric, but also wildly different from it. It uses its own resource here, the light points, which I'll get into. So right at the start here, you get a few different spells like Bolt of Light, Healing Word, Minor Illusion, Shining Light, which can regain your light points there. You also get to pick a deity like the Cleric, and it comes with 3 distinct subclasses, which each come with their own unique abilities. What's nice too is with this mod, you can read it. Pretty much every ability here is listed out. Bedivere Badger has done a really great job with this one. So the Blinding Light, as the name implies, if you hit a creature with a light cast, or if they fail to saving throw against your light cast, becomes blinded. The Searing Light here, which will give you Scorch Blessing, bless 3 allies you can see while blessed. Damage you deal against enemies heals those allies for 2 health points for weapon attacks and unarmed strikes, or 4 for light casts, which is pretty cool. So you can buff your teammates up with this ability and then go ahead with attacking the enemy, restoring them while you attack. Pretty cool choice of healing. You don't see that in a lot of healing class mods. The Soothing Light comes with a bunch of different things, so this will heal for additional health. Creatures you heal with light cast do not provoke opportunity attacks, so they can run away a little more freely. The Guiding Light, creatures you heal with your light cast add 3 to their attack rolls. Effect is removed whenever they succeed on an attack. And the Guarding Light, creatures you heal with light cast take 2 less damage, so kind of like a minor blade ward. Each of them come with their own abilities that they would get at level 2, 6, and 10. You can pause this here if you want to read through it. After testing out the Searing Light and Blinding Light are my 2 favorites, it's actually hard to pick one. I'm just going to show off the Searing Light here because I think it's cool to be able to apply a blessing on your teammates and heal them as you attack. Now, some of these look like Misty Step, for example, but it's Leap of Faith. So they reuse some of the in-game assets, and I think that's really good. So teleport an ally to you, removes anything that causes to be prone or restrained. Bonus action, Dark Vision, Darkness, you name it, Lesser Restoration, Invisibility. Branding Light does a 2d4 radiant damage and makes invisible creatures visible, uses 5 light points. I like this one, Light Pulse, Radiance Force 4, dealing damage to nearby enemies. What's great about this is you can use Radiating Orb gear because this is a class that uses the Radiant damage type. It's great. Even-handed Blessings here will heal a creature near you, and it can subsequent cast reduce the healing by 2 to 16 health points. Then you get like Blindness, Blur, and Calm Emotions. It's also Prepared Caster, so you can choose which spells you want at a time. Into level 5, this gives us the Divine Lash. You can push a creature away from you and potentially stun it. The Wave of Light, unleash a wave of healing yourself and allies by 4 to 32 health points while damaging enemies for that 1d8. It's pretty cool. Oppressive Ray, unleash a stream of light on an enemy, possibly setting its speed to 0, maiming the target, which is great. Mass Healing Word, Revivify, Daylight, and Burnout. Blast a foe with light, potentially shattering its connection to the weave, greatly reducing its magical potency. The subclass feature here for this one, the Light Bearer Searing Light, gives us the Burn Bright, regain light points at the cost of health points. So if you need more ability to cast, you can hurt yourself to get that. And then level 7 gets some of the coolest abilities. I really like the Blind Sight here, so grant a creature the ability to see in darkness, including magical darkness, which is what the Devil's Sight from the Warlock grants. So this is really good. It lasts until long rest. That's pretty powerful. I like using darkness, so that's great. Freedom of movement, Subjugating Flare. You call down a subjugating light to possibly restrain creatures within its area. That's pretty nice. Pretty big radius too. Death Ward, the Chain Restore, which I showed at the very start of this video. Restore an ally for 5 to 40 health points, plus 16, and 2 beams light, then shoot out healing allies within 18 meters for 8 health points. Cleansing Light will reduce all harmful effects and restore 1 to 6 health. And then the Light Shield. This gives 15 temporary health points, it heals them, and resistance to non-magical, or bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. There's also the Light Well at level 9, doing 3d4 radiant damage, pulling enemies towards the center. Revival, which is a little bit different. You revive a companion, returning them to full health points using 18 light points. Greater Restoration, as the name implies, it's a spell that we get in the base game, as well as the Mass Cure Wounds. Level 10, this is from our subclass, the Potent Scorch and Blessing. Bless 4 allies you can see while blessed. They get 4 health points per weapon attack, or 8 for a light cast. And then the level 11 spells, we get Solar Beam. I think this is really cool. A beam of divine sunlight pierces and dazes your enemies while healing you and your allies for 3 to 18 health. Daze is really good. It gives disadvantage on wisdom saves, so you can land things like command hold person easier. Blazing Momentum, bless nearby allies, granting a powerful bonus to their attacks. Delayed Heal, this is cool. So there's the heal for 70, or you can delay it for 1 turn and give them an extra 100 healing. So this is kind of a strategic choice to go with this one. And then it also has the ever powerful Hero's Feast. What's cool about this is it works well if you're going to like level 20. This class doesn't have level 20 abilities, but they have the bones, the skeleton there to take it up from level 13 to 20. So you can also multi-class this as well. Again, we got that Chain Restore here, which you can use to create a healing aura there around the targets. We also have the Solar Beam, which is pretty cool because it'll daze enemies and then heal your team. It says save failed there, but it still heals them. You can apply the Blind Sight there to be able to give your teammate that ability to see in magical darkness. You also get some of the just regular old spells here. You can use this to teleport an ally away from you if they need a bit of extra help there, and it removes like the restrained or anything like that. And then the Scorching Blessings, which is pretty cool. So then we go ahead with buffing up our teammates here, and you can actually apply it to 5 targets. Boom, they get a little bit of a heal there. This is a bonus action too, so cast this before you start combat. Then you can go ahead with blasting with your light cast spells, and they'll regain 8 health points every time that you attack someone with it. So this is a really cool healer. I think it's an interesting archetype. So this again is the Lightbender class by Bedivere Badger. Next, we'll go over the Leader class here, which is a homebrewed class made by Graphic Fade. You probably know them for the Fade's equipment distribution. Amazing mod. This is 2 different subclasses here, and what I like about it is they list it out and make this very easy to understand what exactly you're going to get at each level. I love when mod authors do stuff like this. It does take a lot of time for them to put something like this together, but it is very beneficial for those that just want to see what the class is all about at a glance. And as you can see, they are full level 20 support. Now this class does something extremely unique. So whenever you get to level 3, you get an ability to make an enemy into your loyal companion. So you can take any character in the game and make them your side partner, which is a very cool idea. What's also cool is this idea came from DD Whale here, who is in the Baldur's Gate 3 modding community, a great person. And Incognito Burrito also helped out with this too, so very cool group effort here. Sans Helvetica also helped out with this mod. So level 1, you just get the motivational charge here, which fuels your ability to inspire and empower allies. And you get to choose between 2 different subclasses, with the Warlord here getting the Inspiring Battle Command. You know how to rally your allies in the thick of combat. You issue a command to allies within 9 meters of you. That creature can use a reaction to immediately make a weapon attack as a bonus action. That's very cool. And the Evangelist here, which lets you choose from the Cleric cantrips here. And also if you got things like the Dawnstars mods, it'll also draw from those as well. And with this as well, you also get the cantrip Motivational Speech. Choose up to 3 targets within 18 meters, granting them temporary health points equal to 1d4 plus your charisma modifier. I'll showcase the Warlord because this is my favorite of the 2. At level 2, you get to choose a pass of the insights here. So you get the Relentless Dive. When you expend a motivational charge, you gain a +1 to all weapon attacks, increased movement speed, which scales at level 6, 7, or 17 and 11. So this has full level 20 support. Controlled Fury, you expend a motivational charge. Your melee weapon attacks deal additional 1 to 4 force damage until the start of their next turn. And then the Vicious Determination, when you expend a motivational charge, you gain the temporary health points equal to your charisma modifier, which will scale up. Pretty cool. I like being able to add extra damage or even a weapon attack rolls, so we'll show that off. And as I mentioned, level 3 is when we get our fun abilities here. So we get another motivational charge. You get the Loyal Companion, which is what this class is all about. A powerful connection forms, drawing a target to your side as a devoted companion, permanent. Loyal Companions will turn hostile if you recruit a new companion. So just a little heads up on that. Cantrip, you get the Strategic Push. Target 2 allies, increase their movement speed by 3 meters, and a +1 bonus to their attack rolls into the next turn. I guess that's the, you can change your insight at any time there. It's kind of nice, similar to some of the other subclasses in the game. We also get at level 5 the Strategic Command Inspire action. Choose 1 allied creature within 9 meters of you. That creature gains advantage on its next attack roll. Great. And you also get the Strategic Command Commanding Strike. Make a weapon attack with your main hand weapon. This attack deals normal weapon damage plus damage equal to your charisma modifier. This attack always hits. Bonus action. Pretty cool. Level 6 gives us the Aura of the Warlord. Upon casting a spell, you emanate a chosen aura that extends 3 meters from you, influencing those nearby. You only have 1 aura active at a time. You get to choose from the Aura of Disorientation here. You project an aura, causing enemies to become blinded on a failed wisdom saving throw. A creature that succeeds the saving throw is immune to the blinded condition for 3 turns. We also have the Aura of Frenzy, which gives allies in the area extra attack feature. If they already have the extra attack, it has no effect. This is great on rogues. And the Aura of Exploits. You and any allies in this aura have their critical threshold reduced by 1, effectively a +5% to your critical hit rate. And once you hit level 7, you get the action Companion Archetype. Grant your loyal companion a specialized archetype reflecting the selected archetype, which will show off there. And you also get the Sunder Strike. You strike with such a force, you create a residual tremor in your opponents. The next time this creature moves, the tremor deals 2 to 16 force damage, kind of like a booming blade of sorts. Level 9 gives you the Ruthless Charm. Your overwhelming presence can temporarily sway your enemies. As an action, you can attempt to enthrall one hostile creature within 9 meters. That target must make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On failed save, it becomes allied with you until the end of your next turn. Pretty cool ability. Level 10 gives you the Rallying Cry. Letting out a Rallying Cry, each allied creature within 9 meters of you who is frightened or charmed has the condition ended. Additionally, for 3 turns, it becomes immune to that and gains 18 temporary health points. And at level 11, you gain an additional bonus action and another charge of motivation. Level 12 gives you new archetypes here, enhanced versions. You also get the Strategic Dominance. You gain a deeper understanding of the battle. You choose an ally to empower their attacks, granting them a damage bonus equal to your charisma modifier until the end of their next turn. This does cost a full action. Into level 13, you also get the Hold the Line. Attempt to stop your enemies in their tracks. They must make a strength saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, their movement speed is reduced to 0, maiming them. Level 14 gives you the Indomitable Will. You can expend a motivational charge to gain advantage on your attack roll or saving throw, and you get another motivational charge. Also, these are scaling up, as you can see here. So at level 11, we now got a bonus to our force damage, and it's going to continue to scale at level 17. Level 16 gives us the Restorative Command. Upon casting, restore your motivational charge equal to your charisma modifier. Level 18 gives us the Paragon of Leadership. Your influence becomes truly profound. Allies within 6 meters gain a bonus to all saving throws equal to your charisma modifier. Your loyal companions gain this bonus in addition to getting advantage on all attack rolls. And you can see here, we now have a 1d10 of force damage. This is now a +4 to all bonus weapon attacks. And then you also get temporary health points equal to your charisma modifier increased. And level 20 gives us the subclass feature. And this one is the Avatar of Conquest. You become a legendary figure of command and might. You gain a bonus to your armor class equal to your strength modifier. Range for the Aura of the Warlord is increased to 6 meters, is huge, and you are able to expend motivational charges for free your first time in combat. If you chose the Evangelist, you become a beacon of divine influence. You gain resistance to all damage types, and the range for the Aura of the Evangelist is increased to 6 meters, and you're able to expend that motivational charge for free. So yeah, resistance to all damage types is pretty crazy. And the extra attack from the Aura of the Warlord is really cool. So if you go with the Aura of Frenzy there, just to show it off, we have a Cleric here, and we'll go with our weapon attack here, as a Cleric only has that one attack. Boom! Extra attack applied. Pretty cool. You ain't gotta catch them all. You can use the Loyal Companion there to take over any creature here to give yourself a companion, which is great. So it does have to be an enemy. You do have to get into a fight for it to work. So for example, we're going to make things awkward for Shadowheart here and capture one of these here. Unwavering Devotion. You now have them as a companion. So they keep all their different weapon attacks. Like this character here is the Beckoning Darkness. So they keep pretty much everything that they would normally come with. This means you got to be a little strategic in who you're going to add to your party, which is kind of a cool way to play. So the reason I say got to catch them all, it reminds me a lot of the Poke Flask mod, which kind of did a similar thing, but not implemented in a class, which is a very cool way of doing this. So yeah, you can get strategic with who you pick. And yeah, I think this is really awesome. The funny thing is they'll sometimes say dialogue that doesn't always make the most sense. And they'll also be able to talk to you too, which is kind of cool. And next up is the Guardian class here by Green Golan, and this has 4 different subclasses. At level 1, you get to choose a fighting style. What's funny is you do keep your companion from the last class. But what this class does well is it gives you some cool countermeasures here, like the Quick Riposte. Whenever a foe misses you with a melee attack, you expend a resolve point to retaliate with a weapon strike. It's kind of normal riposte. I also like the Destructive Swat. This is cool. So when a spell is being cast nearby, spend a resolve point to do an unarmed strike. If the attack hits, it silences the target. There's also the Scathing Retort, which gives you Vicious Mockery on a foe that misses within 18 meters. And then there's also the Shield Slam, which can knock them prone. There's the Coordinated Strike. When a foe attack is nearby melee by an ally, you can expend a resolve point to make an attack with your melee target. Shrug Off. When you take physical damage, you may spend a resolve point to reduce that damage by your Constitution modifier. The Stall here. When a foe attempts to move out of melee range, you can spend a resolve point to prevent their movement unless they do a strength saving throw. The Provocation here. Whenever a foe attacks a nearby ally within 18 meters, you can spend a resolve point to goad that creature into attacking you. And they'll have disadvantage on any other enemy they attack other than you, which forces the AI to focus on you. Upon heading level 3, we get to choose a subclass. Now, the Grove gives you some druid-based spells and cantrips, which I think is pretty interesting. The Guild, the Sworn Protector of the Communities, this gives you the Guidance cantrip and a bunch of other abilities we continue to level up. The Tomb, charged with protecting the sanctity of the dead. These guardians walk hand in hand. Gives you the Mortal Vigil here, allow a downed ally to recover until the next turn. They can't be targeted, which gives them basically a sanctuary for free on that turn. And the Tower, which gives you proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor, and then the Vigilant +5 to initiative and can't be surprised. I'll be showing off the Tower here as the most tanky kind of feeling class. Once we hit level 40, you get more resolve points, which are expended on a short or long rest. Level 5, extra attack. Level 6 gives you the Unshakable Presence, gain a +1 bonus to AC and advantage on strength and dexterity saving throws. In addition, you cannot be moved against your will. As a bonus action, you can grant this pass to an ally within 1.5 meters and it lasts indefinitely if they stay within 3 meters. And you can grab another countermeasure here. Level 7 gives you the Strong Foundation. Sacrifice 7.5 meters of movement speed until your next turn. Your melee attacks deal an additional 1d8 extra damage and may throw enemies off balance. Level 9 class feature Steadfast. When you perform a countermeasure using a resolve point, you regain 0 health points. That should be a little bit higher. It will scale up. It's showing 0 because I have my full health currently. Level 10 gives you an extra reaction, which is great because we have a lot of those. Level 11, we get a subclass feature here. When you have Strong Foundations active, you can use a reaction when attacked outside of melee range to give that a -6 to hit. It's great. Now this class is less proactive than others and more reactive, which isn't really a bad thing because you get 2 reactions. You can do some special ripostes, you can do a vicious mockery, you can make it so that the targets will only attack you, you can boast up and give yourself, this makes it reduced by 25 health if you use the Shrug Off ability. So a lot of really cool abilities come with this one here. Make sure you check your reaction tabs, so that all of these are checked off. But if you're looking to protect your Lightbringer Shadowheart, this is a great tank to go cooperatively with it. And finally, we got the Psion class here, Vivexirus, which I think they did a fantastic job with this mod page. You can see here, every single detail is laid out between the subclasses and everything. So again, I talk about this a lot whenever mod authors put in all this huge amount of effort to make this happen. I think it's great because it helps people understand the class a little bit better. And here with this here, you get the choice of some cantrips. You get a lot of different options. So between this, you can grab Booming Blade, obviously a really nice one here. It also gives you the Vicious Mockery, a Psychokinetic Blast, which does psychic damage, Mage Hand, and True Strike, and then attaches Hideous Laughter, Animal Friendship, the Dissonant Whispers, Charm Person, and Mage Armor spells, and class feature Psi Focus, Psi Casting. Toggle to cast spells non-verbally and make them cause Psionic Focus instead. So this makes it so that you can't be silenced, and costs 1 Psionic Focus point per spell level, and you gain more of these, and they regenerate on a short rest. And Psionic Resistance, which gives you a advantage on saving throws against illusions and being charmed, paralyzed, or frightened. And then there's 5 different subclasses. We got the Psionarch, Telekinetic Psion, Precognition Adept, Mesmer, and Cosmic Empath. It's a lot. So with the Psionarch here, whenever an enemy fails a saving Charisma, Intelligence, or Wisdom saving throw, you regain 3 temporary health. And when you land a killing blow, it must do a Wisdom saving throw or become frightened, kind of similar to the Great Old One Warlock. Telekinetic Psion here gets the, basically it adds Intelligence modifier to the damage, and the extra damage is Force, so kind of similar to the Eldritch invocations that the Warlock gets. Precognition Adept will give you guidance as well, +4 to initiative, and Portent Dice, which we all know how powerful those can be. And the Mesmer, which gives us the ability to see in dark up 24 meters, and charm an enemy attacking you, and they'll attack another target. And the Cosmic Empath also gets guidance, the Bless, and Speak with Animals cantrip. So I think for this one, I'll show you the Psionarch here. Subclass feature Mental Smite, so you get the ability to smite foes with psionic force. And we get to take a mental training, so you get proficiency in Constitution saving throws. These are to hold your concentration, so very good. Proficiency in Insight or Perception skill checks, Persuasion or Deception. So if you're the face of the party, take the Bamboozler. And Enchanting Performance, which give you the Performance skill check. And then you get to choose from different spells here. Again, you got Command or Magic Missile, and even Thunderwave. Some spells are great. Level 3 gives us the subclass feature, another Mental Smite here, and we get access to a lot more spells with things like Shadow Blade, obviously very powerful. And we get to take 2 core psionic trainings here. So you get the Proximity. You can basically spellcaster non-verbal and cast psionic points, and cost 1. This is kind of similar to the other one there. Alacrity, which spells that normally cast an action cost a bonus action is really good, and this one range suffer no melee penalty. So yeah, if you cast a spell at melee range, it doesn't get debuffed. Telekinetic Force, you add your Intelligence modifier, and this adds your Intelligence modifier to the damage and makes it Force. Psionic Distraction gives a 1d6 penalty attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, kind of similar to the Lore Bard. Psionic Ward, unlock the Projective Ward ability as a reaction, which basically it's shield. The Cosmic Guide, you get access to the Guidance, Cantrip, and Bless. And additionally, you cast Speak with Animals without costing a spell slot. This gives you the ability to see in non-magical and magical darkness up to 24 meters. Obviously very powerful. This is the Devil's Sight from the Warlock. And the Psychokinetic Armor. You combine the weapon you're attacking, making it magical. You can cast Psychokinetic Armor, which is basically increase your armor class by 3. Very powerful. until long rest, and it doesn't cost a spell slot. And psionic weapons using the wielder's spellcasting modifier instead of melee instead of using strength or dexterity. Level 4 gives us the Mind Breaker. Whenever a creature affected by Mind Breach or Mind Steal Link dies, you regain 1 psionic focus point. And then here's the Mind Steal Link, which leeches a foe's psychic energy to make them vulnerable to psychic damage, which you can also do with the Resonant Stone. Strengthening your armor class by 1. You can use an action to inflict 3 to 8 psychic damage, inflict dominance, fear, laughter, dancing, or madness without failure. You're in control, as the concentration as well. And here's the spells that you do have access to. Level 5 gives you the extra attack and also another mental smite from our subclass. And this Psychonic Narc Rebuke. So this is a bonus action, insult a creature. Basically, Vicious Mockery is a bonus action. And then you get access to, obviously, some very powerful spells like Hunger of Devour and Counter Spell. A bunch of other great stuff here. You also get to take a few more psionic passives here. So the Piercing Psionics. Whenever you do Force, Piercing, Bludgeoning, or Psychic damage, add your Intelligence modifier to the result. And then, yeah, there's a few others that pop up. Level 7 gives us the Staggering Smite, new spell that was added in patch 8, and then you get access to some more spells here. Level 9 gives us the subclass feature Psionarch. Advantage is Mental Strike. Whenever your wielder attacks with advantage, they gain an additional 2 psychic damage, and then Mental Smite 5. And also all these extra spells here, which are pretty powerful with Old Monster. Level 10 gives you the Banishing Smite spell, which is great. Level 11 gives us a subclass feature, Immortal Resistance. Once per short rest, if we go to 0 health, we regain 3 to 12 instead of falling unconscious. And then you also get Windwalk, Globe of Invulnerability, Eye Bite, Disintegrate, and Arcane Gate, which is a pretty decent spell. It's not the best, but Globe of Invulnerability, one of the best level 6 spells. And level 12 gives us 2 more passives here, so you can choose from these ones. And then there's also a couple more with the Eldritch Secrets. So Warping Technique, you develop the ability to create a concentrated mental blast, which is basically like the black hole, Eldritch black hole there. Cosmic Horror, you use your psionic abilities to terrify others in front of you with illusions. So you get the Stage Fright and the Horrifying Visage, which is 1d10 psychic damage. And the target takes another 1d10 per turn. You regain 2 psionic focus points. Mental Barrage, 2 Mental Barrage techniques, which gives you the Mind Blast, which is very powerful. If you use the Lith ability, you'll know. And Concentrating Blast, which destroys the concentration. The Sonic Blast here, which basically gives you nearby enemy cast a spell, you can use your reaction to deal 1 to 4 psychic damage for every level of that spell. Kind of similar to the Eldritch. These are all similar to the Illithid abilities. Psionic Resistance, gain resistance to psychic damage, is very powerful. And when you take psychic damage, your attacker takes the same damage. Pretty cool. And you can continue to level this class up past level 12 here. Doesn't really gain a whole lot of anything special, but it has the bones here. You do get to take a few more class passives as you continue to level up, but nothing major, as every other level was pretty heavily packed with stuff. So as you can see, this class is pretty powerful. You get Booming Blade, you can take Shadow Blade, you get the Psychokinetic Blast here, which is like an Eldritch Blast with psychic damage. And then it gets buffed up by adding the force damage to it as well. You get so many cool extra abilities. You can increase your armor class by 3, making you quite tanky. This is a pretty powerful class, but a lot of fun to play with. So that is the Psion class by Vexarius. So just to recap, Psion, Guardian, the Leader, Homebrew, and the Lightbender. There were some really great classes this week, and really excited to provide future updates on all the best new class mods. So let me know what kind of content you'd like to see regarding Baldur's Gate 3 mods, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you have a great day. We'll catch y'all in the next video.